to because since okay, all the collabies are here. Rhoda is going to join us. All right. Welcome everyone. Sorry for that little hitch. So how we're going to do it, we're going to do the demo. As I said on Slack, we have 2 pairs already. So one person out of each pair is going to do the functionality on browser. And then the other person, the second person, is going to show us the code on VS Code. So that way everybody gets to participate. And that's how we'll be doing it every Sunday. So that at the end of the day, you're very used to, demoing and showing your work. Secondly, we're going to go through the code review learning module. And then lastly, we're going to go through the issues for next week. So that's how we'll go. Reda is going to take it from here now to take us through the demo.
Hey everyone, so this is going to be our first demo. And I see that Ibrahim didn't join yet.
He joined now and left.
Okay. So Ibrahim worked with Sandy, right?
Yeah.
Sandy, did you manage to agree about which part will you present in the demo? Which one will? Okay. So
presenting the functionality. No, the code. Then I'm talking about the. Okay, no, I think he's talking about the functionality. Then I'll talk about the other aspects. But I'm trying to.
So maybe if we can maybe start with Alessandra and Khadija until Ibrahim join us again.
Okay, I think that's fine.
Okay. All right, so you can go ahead and share your screen.
Perfect. So I'll kick us off and show the functionality, hopefully the screen. I see that host disable participant screen sharing.
Can you try again?
Sure. Yeah, let's see if it works now. Can you see the screen, the browser?
Yes, we can.
Nice one. So I'm going to briefly show you the functionality Khadija and I worked on, and she's gonna take you through the code. So our goal for this week was to turn what used to be basically an empty page in the routing, in the path list of our app. We needed to turn it from blank page to a page that displayed the shopping list items, just a name. So as we know, we have a collection, we have a database with a lot of different shopping list items and people can enter. This is the place where you see what they have submitted. So you can see, the header stayed the same for the introduction test, hello from the list page. And then below that, you can see a list that starts with particle accelerator and finishes with toothpaste. This is what we had to do this week. So show this list. And yeah, that's basically it. And Khadija is gonna show you how we did it.
All right.
Okay, so let me share my screen for the code. Okay, so we implemented the code in the list. Let me check. Yeah, so we implemented the code inside the views where we had the list.jx. So inside the list.jx component, wait. Oh, sorry, 1 minute. Okay. I forgot to pull the code when we did it. Okay. So as I was saying, we implemented our list component inside the views. So we used a map to map through the data that was sent to the component, and then we added a fragment for the key using the item.id, and then we used the list item, which is an li inside the components, to display the names of the items. which we can see from the functionality Alessandra explained. And that was it.
All right, can we see the list item component?
Okay, 1 minute. Okay, this is the list item.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So
All right.
that was it.
So thank you, Alessandra and Khadija. That was an amazing presentation and demo. And we will open the floor for the questions. If anyone has any question.
Nope. For me, it's pretty
Okay.
straightforward, and the functionality
Yeah.
work.
All is clear.
Okay.
Super amazing. And now we can go to Sandy and Ibrahim.
Please, I have a question on the code.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sure.
Please, can you go back to the code, the list item component?
Okay, 1 minute. Let me share my screen again. Okay. The list item or the list.
Yeah. So please, this place where you map the data to,
Yes.
please, why are you using fragments? I think you can just put the key inside the list item as one of the props for list item, and the fragment can be removed entirely. Is there any significance to the fragment that you are adding?
Yeah, we use the fragment for the key item instead of passing the key as a prop to list item.
Yes, why did you do that? Is there any significance? Is there any particular reason?
No,
Or if you
there's.
just put it inside as a prop to list item, isn't it going to work the same way?
I honestly don't know. All I know is that the editor will scream at me if I don't have like a wrapper before the actual element. And based on what I understand, if I pass the key into the list item, it's going to be a prop to the list item. So
Yes.
I don't know whether that will work as a key or it will work as a prop.
All right, it will work as a prop. And
Okay.
actually, Ibrahim is right. You can actually like just remove the fragments and
Okay.
output just the list item directly with a key, and it will work the same way.
Okay, so we can remove that.
Yes, you can just remove it.
Either way works, I think.
Yeah, but both are working. And actually, this notice would be a great question in the review process. But we will go through the review module next. But anyway, it's the same and all is working. Regarding Ibrahim question, I guess he just wanted to know if there is any advantages of using fragments instead of just passing the key, but it's actually the same. There is nothing, there is no difference. Yep. When you will need to use a fragment actually is if you have multiple, instead of just outputting the list item, you will need to output, for example, the list item and, for example, a title tag and a p tag. So if you have multiple children, you will need a wrapper for them. And either you can have a div or fragment or anything you want. That's all. That's where can be any difference. Yeah. Any other questions?
Nope.
So I can stop sharing my screen.
Yeah. And let's move on to Ibrahim and Sandy.
Okay, sorry that I'm using two. Okay. Sorry that I'm using two devices to join the meeting. One is my laptop, and it does not have, the camera is not working. The other is for my phone.
It's totally fine, Ibrahim.
Fine.
So, and I can only share my screen through the laptop. So, please. Okay.
So you're going to show us the functionality.
I'm going to review the codes, and Sandy will show us the functionality.
We could start with Sandy to show us the future first, to show us the future in production first, and then we can move to you to show us the code. That's okay.
Okay,
Hi
okay.
everyone.
Hi,
I think I'm
Sandy.
just going to do this.
You are muted.
Yeah, I can't hear you. Sandy, can you unmute? You are on mute.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can.
now we can.
Okay. So basically what we're expected to do is for the user to be able to navigate from one page to the other. So we installed the React Router DOM for easy.
We can't see your screen. I guess her internet cut. I don't know.
Hi, Sandy, are you there?
I guess she lost the internet. Okay, so maybe we start with Ibrahim until she join
Okay,
again.
okay, okay. So, okay, I'm trying to show my screen to project my screen. Ah.
Yes, Sandy,
Okay.
but
Sorry, my internet logged me out. I'm done explaining.
so we didn't get to see the functionality before you went off.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Let me just share my screen again.
Okay, you are muted again, Sandy. I guess when you share your screen, you are somehow muting yourself.
Mute you. Hi, Sandy,
We
are you
can't
there?
hear you.
I
I
don't
guess you
know.
lost.
On my screen, I'm not able to speak. I don't know if it's on my system or something.
So you're going to unmute yourself by yourself. So you can just like click on the microphone to unmute yourself. When you share, after you share your screen, then you unmute yourself and speak.
Okay.
Okay, so now just like press the mute button on Zoom. It's in the bottom left corner.
Oh, Zoom is acting up.
Yeah, that's weird.
Very weird.
We still can't hear you, Sandy, in case you are talking.
Maybe she spoke the other time with her screen shared. So why is it not happening again?
I don't know. Okay, so I have an idea. Maybe if Brahim can share the screen and Sandy talk. I don't know if that's possible.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we can try that.
Yeah.
But
So
right now that she's sharing her screen, I don't think I can do it. I can share my own at the same time.
okay, Sandy, if you hear us, could you please stop sharing? Okay, all right, here we go.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, Ibrahim, if you could like show us the production, will be better from the link, better than the developments.
Yeah, can someone quickly share it on the chat? Alexandra, do you have it open, the live link? I can quickly forward to the chat, like Ibrahim can open from there.
Okay, so Alessandra will send the link in the chat and you can access it directly.
I had closed it in the browser, but I'm looking for it again.
Okay, okay.
Done. I just put it in the Zoom chat.
Okay. So Ibrahim, if you can open that link.
Hi, Ibrahim, can you hear us? Oh.
It's internet cut, okay. This is, all right. So, Sandy, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but when you share your screen, we can't. I guess his internet cut when he shares screen, so I don't know what should we do.
Sandy, I want to ask, when you share your screen, are you not able to unmute yourself? Did you click the
No,
button?
I'm not able to. Yeah,
So
I'll
when you
click on
click the button, what does it say?
It doesn't, it's not functioning at all.
That's
weird.
So
let me
okay.
try again.
I can share my screen, I guess that's.
Yeah, and since Ibrahim is not here, maybe Sandy can take both the functionality and the code so that we can move on to.
All right. Okay. So let me just share my screen.
So Sandy, Radar is going to share the functionality you walk us through, and then he will show you the code you walk us through. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay, so you can see my screen, right?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, so you can go ahead and explain what.
Okay,
I will try to follow along.
Okay. So we were asked to make the navigation bar functional. And then we added the links to the relevant pages in the code base. So you'll be able to navigate from the home. So if you click on the home, you can click on the home link
Yeah.
Yeah, you notice that you're in the home page. Click on the list. Yes, you're in the list page. Then click on the add item page. You're in the add item page. So that was what we're
Okay.
able to do.
Okay, all right. So this is for the functionality for the functionality in production. Can you also walk us through the code, Sandy? If I can open the app and you can walk us through the code, if that's fine with you.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, let me just open the.
I think I have their branch open.
Okay, so Ibrahim is here.
Yes.
Okay, Ibrahim, we already did explain like the future in production. Can you walk us through the code? Oh, I guess he thought again.
So I'm just going to share their branch so that whomever is available between the two of them can just.
All right, all right.
Can you see my VS Code and where do I go to?
Yeah, we can see it.
Yes, I can see.
Okay.
Where do I go to?
Please first go to the app, the JXX.
All right.
Okay. Can you go down? Okay. So I will be walking us through code base. Please, can you go up first?
All right.
We are, as Sandy just told us now, that we are trying to move from one page to another using the links. So we are using the React router DOM. So what we first did was to import browser router as router. That is, we renamed it to router. Just then we also imported routes and routes from the same React router DOM. So we'll be using it down. Please, can you go down? So normally, when we want to use the React router DOM, we are going to wrap all the app inside the browser router. And since we have imported router, the browser router as router, that's why in our app, the main app is being wrapped with the router. Then after that, using the React router DOM, the normal way to do it is just to make sure that all our goods, they are under goods, and then we go to our main route, which is the home route, which now has the children. All the other groups under the main one, the home one, are the children, such as the home, the lists, and the add item link. So the normal way to do it is to give the roots a path. The path is the string with which you can go to the link directly from your from the URL. So, and then the element is you are going to pass the components that you want the link to open via the element prop. So, okay, please, can you go to the layout, the JSX?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, under the layout.jsx, this is where we have our links. So then, we have set up our routes using the React router, the browse router, the routes and the paths, and then the elements. Then now we want to go to those links, to those URL using our links. Then to do this, we have to import another element from the React router DOM, which is the nav link. So the nav link receive a prop, which is the to prop. That prop is going to receive the URL that you want it to be directed to. So that's why we have the first one going to this home, the second one as the going to the list, and then the last one going to the add item. So all we have to do is just to provide the nav link and then give the nav link that address, which is either the slash for the home, the list for the list, and the add item for the add item. And then another thing with the nav link is that it has like another hidden point, which is the active and inactive state. So the active state is the one when you have clicked the link. So you can give it properties based on that active or inactive state. I think that's just how the code works.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Ibrahim and Sandy. That was great. Everything is clear. Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, mine is just a comment, and I already made it on GitHub during the review. It's about the name convention, the naming of the branch, peace dash able to navigate. Since Peace and Ibrahim worked on the branch, it was supposed to be their both initials, then the name of the description of the ticket you're working on. I don't know if you guys saw it on GitHub.
I talked about it during the office hours. I talked with them about it.
Oh, okay. All right, so besides that, the feature works and it's straightforward too. Nothing else from me.
That was great. Thank you everyone for your amazing presentations and demo. So now we will go ahead and start the learning module for the code review. Let me just share my screen.
Ibrahim, let me know when you want to drop us so that we can take a screenshot for our YouTube videos, a thumbnail.
Okay.
Reda, you can go.
Okay. All right, so you can see my screen. All right, so today we are going to be talking about code reviews. You have already done one now so far during the last week. And so yeah, we will. So here is the points we are going to go through during this presentation. So what is the code? What is a code review? The code review cycle. What makes a code review a great code review? How can you help others review my code, and how can you review others' code? And in the end, we will do a little demo and explore the code in GitHub and how to do the review. So what is a code review? It's a conversation about a set of changes of changes. So it's basically a discussion about the changes you have made. In our case, it's just each pair discussing with the other pair like what they have made and why they have made it that way. Also, it's one of the best spaces to share knowledge and learn from others. You know, every one of us can approach solving an issue differently. So it's a great way to see how other people working and learning from them. It's a collaboration space where you share your work and ask questions. So during your review, if you don't understand something about the code, you can always ask why and how they did it. It helps you improve as a developer, of course, and it helps your team decentralize knowledge. Decentralizing knowledge is, so even if you don't work on an issue, so for example, in this week, each one of the pairs worked on different issue, but even that, when you review the other person or the other pair code, you already know what is going on. You already, even though you are not the one who implemented that issue, but you know what's going on in that, and everyone sees the code. Share responsibility. So it's if something went bad in production, it's it's not fault, but it's the responsibility of the person who wrote the code and also who reviewed the code. So make sure to give it its time. And of course, improve the code base quality. And that's the ultimate. Sorry, Ibrahim. Did you have a question?
No, I don't think he was referring to us.
Okay. Anyway, we will have the floor open for question at the end of the presentation in case anyone wants to ask anything. So now we will move to the code review cycle. So first you open a pull request. And after that, you are receiving feedback from the other pair or the other person who reviewing your code. You make the changes that have been asked in that feedback, and then you receive the feedback again. So this cycle can be repeated until everyone is happy with the code. And after that, you are just merged into production. So this is the code review cycle. And now we will go ahead and see what makes a code review a great code review. So don't focus on stylistic changes. For example, Mr. Semicolon there, or the space here. This stuff can be done with some tools like Prettier and ESLint. So you don't have to worry about that. Try out the future locally in test environment. So just don't go just over the scheme on GitHub and see the code there. Try to run the other pair, for example, in our case, try to run the other pair branch in your local machine and see the changes there. It gives you a better insight. Ask yourself, will you understand this code a month from now? We all have been there. We write something, and after a month or two, we already we can't understand what we wrote ourselves. So yeah. Praise, so always be kind and empathic and praise the other people's work. They have put effort into it, so always give kind word and encourage them. Default to approval. So this is, it's kind of, you need always to default to approve the people pull request or to approve their code and not deny it. And just trust them that they will make the changes that you asked for. You help others understand your changes, and we will go into details in the next section about this, about helping others to understand your changes, and try to answer all the questions and take your time. So as I said before, it's code review is also a responsibility. So take your time reviewing the code. So this is kind of like that's why you should run the code in your environment, in your local machine. So it gives you confidence, help you find things that you wouldn't from just a scheme. As I said, maybe reading just code won't give you a better insight if you are watching the app in product in your environment. Resist the temptation to skip it or just say it's not good to merge and just don't review it. PR can include instruction on how to run the code depending on the team. In our case at the Collab Lab, we are having instructions how to run the code and also how to test it. It's in the PR template. We just need to follow that. And if you are not sure how, ask questions. It's a great learning opportunities. Of course, always ask questions if you are not sure about how to do something or how to run the future locally. And here we go for the how can I help others review my code? And this is important part. So always add a meaningful PR description. As I said before, we have at Collab Lab, we have a pull request template, and it helps you to like organize your code and describe your PR or what you have done. So always write a meaningful description. Why you did the changes? What are you trying to achieve doing the changes? Because this description, it's the PR description will guide the people who are reviewing the code to understand your attentions and to not struggle just trying to figure out what is your idea on or where did you make the changes or what are you trying to do. So writing a meaningful PR description helps the other person reviewing your PR. Wherever possible, write meaningful commit message. This is also useful. And during the GitHub demo, I will show you like how this can be like a great way. Just how to use comments to review the PR. Self-review your code. So always before pushing not pushing, but before asking for review, always review the code yourself first. Explain why you did what and why you did what you did. Yeah, and this self-review in your code will also help you write the PR description, you know. Ask questions even if you are the one creating the PR. So for example, if you write a pull request and there is some part in the code that you are not sure about, even you are the one who created that part, but you are not sure if that's the right way or if there is a better way to do it. So you can just go ahead and ask in the PR, in a comment in the PR about that part and just say, is this good? Or is there a better way to do this? Use screen capturing tools. So you can use they help a lot. So you can use Loom, Sketch, and Zappy. So it helps you, for example, maybe to demo something in your app, maybe a strange behavior, maybe something that you wanna make sure about. It's just a screen record of something like you want to show to the other person who reviewing your PR. And yeah, so it's the demo time. Here we are like GitHub give us a bunch of features to help us navigate the PR and review it. So I will go to GitHub and I have this PR here from you, like it's from Sandy and Ibrahim. So here we have the files changed. So this is where you will find all the files that have been changed in this PR. And so you can go ahead and, for example, you can review all the, here are the files that changed. And you can, for example, add a comment. So to add a comment, you just click this plus here and drag it over like how much line or the part that you want to comment on. And it will give you the ability to comment on something. So when you comment, you will just say start review. And this will add a comment to a specific part in the code. So, and after, for example, reviewing this file, you can just press the viewed button. So this will collapse and you can go ahead and keep going until you review all the files. You can either do it this way, just reviewing file by file, or as I said before, there is the commits history. So you can review it like commit by commit. And that's why the commit message is always, it should be also descriptive. So you are giving a hint to the reviewer, what have you done in this part of the change. So let me back to the files, change it. You can either go from here to the commits, or you have this drop down here. This is changes from all commits. So here you will have the changes from all commits. And if you choose here, you have the other commits. So maybe you can have the files changed from just this commit, for example. So for example, Sandy just did the, she only installed the React router here in this particular comments. And yeah, and after finishing your review, you can just like, you have this green button right here where you can leave a general comment here. So here it's the good place where to praise the one who wrote the code, and just to encourage them, and also maybe leave a general comment about something you don't understand or a question. And usually, I guess it's just because I didn't add any comments or anything, but usually here you will have 3 checkbox for either approving or denying the request, or just leaving a comment. Yeah. And that's it for our demo for the in GitHub, exploring code in GitHub. So this is just the slides that the future that I was showing earlier. And now, if anyone, could you like share your thoughts about how was your experience reviewing the other pair code in the last week? Don't be shy, come on, just someone talk, say something.
I can talk.
Okay.
I thought it was good that this week the issues were not huge. They were pretty, like the scope wasn't so big, because it was my first time actually doing like a code review like this, both as a person asking for a review and giving it. It was my first official pull request. I thought it was a good start, and I didn't find it too complicated. But for example, a couple of things that you showed us just now in the demo, I didn't know about. So it was useful, and I think next week I'm gonna be able to do it even better because of that. Great. So thank you.
Yeah, if you have any question about that, you can ask about what I've been showing right now. You can ask.
Yeah, no, it's pretty clear. I think it's just a matter of doing it as much as possible every week until it becomes practice, natural. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Any other thoughts? Thanks, Alessandra. Okay, so, and here there is some other blogs that you can read, some other further reading, just for more, to get more information about code review. And I guess we will, Shamaka will share with them the slides later, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So that's it for our presentation. If you have any questions, hit me up.
All right. Thank you, Rita.
So I have a question. It's regarding the changes that I made on our code. So can I merge it directly without requesting a review, or I still need to get a review before merging it to the main branch?
So You mean like you have done a pull request, someone requested a change,
Yes,
you
just
made
like
the
how
change.
Ibrahim asked about the fragment that I removed from the code, from our code.
Mhm. Oh, okay,
I
okay.
think
So you will need to ask for review again, just to make
Okay.
sure that everyone is happy with with the changes you have made.
All right.
Yeah. But in our case now, right now, for that particular case, just for the fragment, I don't know. What do you think, Shamaka should be like? Just should she just like push directly to main?
Yeah, so you've made the changes and it didn't impact your functionality. Everything still works fine. So you can just make another branch and merge. You can go ahead and merge since we all saw what change you made. And just test the functionality just to be sure everything still works. Then make another branch, pull request, merge, and that's fine. So that
Okay.
everyone will pull down the updated branch before branching out for their new ticket.
Okay.
All right, so we'll quickly go through the tickets, the tasks we have for this week. And as usual, you're paired up already. So one pair will be taken. Why is this not going inside? Okay. All right, so for the task 3, it says, as a user, I want to set up a new shopping list so that I can start tracking purchased items. So the summary is just a shopping list is a set of items associated with a specific 3-word token. So we need to allow users to start new lists so that they can save the things they need to buy. To start a new list, you will need to do a few things. Firstly, you need to generate, a unique token. First of all, then second of all, you need to save the token to local storage. Thirdly, you need to show the user the list view. All right, so up until now, the app has rendered the items in the list associated with the token my test list. So before we can allow users to make a new list, we have to stop showing them this test list, which is just for demo, like, the templates kind of, it's not the real thing. So these tickets will be accepted if the Collab, this library, the Collab Labs / shopping list utils is added as a dependency to the project, and then the string my test list in app.js is replaced with null, so that the users are not automatically subscribed to any list. So usually when they come initially on the app, they are not expected to have any list yet because they are new, you are new users, obviously. So you're expected to change this existing token, which is the demo template token, to null. So if a user doesn't already have a token, a button in the home component allows them to create a new list. So clicking the button generates a new token and saves it to local storage, and then using the set list token function. I'm going to take that again. So clicking the button on the home component generates a new token and then saves that new token to local storage, after which using the set list token function. Then once the token is created and saved, the user is redirected to the list view. Then if a user does already have a token, they are automatically redirected to the list view. So note that the generate token function from the shopping list utils package should be used to generate the token. More information on that package is here, and then importing it will be something like this. So you can visit this link to read more about the Collab Lab package, that, to get more information about it, just click the link. So second thing to note is that the set list token function takes one argument, which is the new list token. Eventually, the welcome page or the home page will look like this. So eventually, this is what it will look like. But for now, you're focusing on the top part, everything on top of this OR, which is this, and then the button to create a token for a new user. For this story, it's sufficient to just have a simple create list button, although you're not required to save the token to Firestore. Some teams have opted to do it. Okay, I know this is a lot. I'm going to explain what this ticket is about. So you've seen the wireframe. So when a user is coming to your app for the first time, they don't already have a token, they are new to the app. So you're going to show them the home screen containing this top part for now. So when they click this create a new list, you're going to use this function, generate token, which I just showed you here, to generate a token for the user, for the new user. Once they click that button on the home page, you're going to use that function to generate a token for them. When you generate the token, you save it to local storage. When it's saved to local storage, you redirect the user to the list view. Okay? So those are the three things, that is basically being demanded for this particular ticket to pass. But when a user comes, let's take, for example, I was a new user yesterday. I came on your app for the first time yesterday. I generated my own token, and then you redirected me to the list view. And then I opened the app today again. You're not going to generate another token. You already did that the previous day. I was on your app. So you're just going to take me directly to the list view. So that's basically what this ticket is about. And when you read, go through it on your own, you can open these links to understand better. But that's just high level what it's about.
It's 7 o'clock.
Sorry. Okay, Siri. So is this one clear enough? Does anyone have any question? All right, so let's quickly go through the second ticket. So for this one, it says, as a user, I want to add a new item to my shopping list so I can start recording purchases. So users need to be able to add items. Obviously, this is what we are building. So to do this, the add item view should present them with a form that allows them to enter two things: the name of the item they want to buy, and then the estimate of when they think they will need to buy it again. So there is another hyperlink here for you to visit and see the shopping list API and everything that is needed for the form. So the ticket to be accepted, UI related acceptance criteria, is that the add item view displays a form that allows them to enter the name of the item and select how soon they want to buy. So the options can be soon, kind of soon, and then not soon. So when they choose soon, it means they want to buy it within the next 7 days. Kind of soon is the next 14 days. Not soon is beyond 30 days. So secondly, the input that accepts the name of the item has a semantic label element associated with it, and then the user can submit this form with both the mouse and keyboard. So these are the things that your task the criteria that your task need to meet before they are accepted. So fourthly is when the user accepts the form, submits the form, they see a message indicating that the item either was or was not saved to the database, which is error handling. If it was successful, you show them successfully added or something like that. If it was not successful, you show them an error, possibly why it wasn't successful. Okay, so for data related tasks, so the console.log in the add item function in this part, Firebase.js is replaced with a function that adds the new document to the Firestore database. That function will be imported from this. And then the user soon, not soon, a kind of soon choice is used to calculate. Okay, so this is ticked, means it's already there. All right, so you should know that when this feature is implemented correctly, the new item will automatically show up on the list view because the stream list item gets new data from Firestore. Okay, so you will know your label is correctly implemented if you click on the label and the keyboard focus moves to the related input. Then there's another hyperlink for you to make reference to. You should also know that users will be able to submit the form with enter key if you listen for the right JavaScript event, on the right elements. If you're adding an unkeyed down listener anywhere, you might be overcomplicating things. So fourthly, the add item form has the potential to be a lot of scope. So this wireframe has several notes related to accessibility and UX. Okay, let's see the wireframe. It's broken. Okay. So this is what your form is expected to look like, and then you can see these explanations by the side. To help you achieve all the ACs for this ticket. So yeah, this one is talking about a user being able to add an item to the database, and it says that once you do it correctly, that where's the hosted link, that this list should fetch exactly what the user added on the add item list. So you're doing the correct thing when you add an item here on the add item page, and then coming to the list item, you see the item you added, then it's making the correct connection. So yeah, that's what this issue is about. Is there any question? Was it straightforward? I know it can be a lot when we are explaining it, but when you take your time to read it and digest, it makes more sense. And then you can always ask on Slack if you still don't understand it then. But for now, is there any question?
Yes, I have a question.
Okay.
But it's not as regards what you just explained. For me, whenever I git pull, I don't see the changes they made, Alexandra. I don't see their changes on my VS Code.
Are you pulling on main? Did you check out to main before pulling?
Oh, am I supposed to do that?
Yeah, you check out in the main branch because they merged their branch into the main branch. They didn't merge it to your branch, so you don't have access to it in your branch. So when you check out to main and pull, you will see everyone's code there.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. All right. We are 5 minutes over time. So if there are no other questions, yeah. I had something in mind initially. I've forgotten. Oh, okay. So does anyone have any preference? This week we have Alexandra and Peace, Khadija and Ibrahim. If you have any preference, I can assign to you. If you don't, I can do it randomly.
We can take the first one. I mean, I don't remember at this point what the first one is, but they both seemed like quite similar in scope. So we can go with the first one. Peace and I, it's fun for everyone.
Yeah, the last week's issue was to warm up and get used to things.
Yeah, so if it's fun for Peace, that's for everyone, because in the end, they both seem pretty full on. Yeah, exactly.
It went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Don't worry, we are with you on this. We are on Slack. Tag us anytime when you've read it and It's fine. Alexandra, your team is going to take the issue 3 and then the other one issue 4. I'm going to do the assignment now and then I'm going to create a thread for you. Yeah, what I wanted to say, Sandy and Ibrahim, you didn't use your thread last week. I was checking the thread to follow up and see what's going on. I didn't see any action. So it's good
Sorry,
for you.
we were using the DM direct message. We were not aware.
I'm going to create the pair right now so that I don't block you guys. Can just start using the thread so that we can follow the conversation from there. All right. Okay, so I wanted us to take.
I will. Sorry, Shamaka, I will be the one reviewing the code this week. So when you finish, just mention me, just tag me, just let me know.
Yeah, and I'll do the.
Also, please write a description for your PR. I talked with during the office hours. I talked with Sandy and Ibrahim about it, so I think all is all right.
Yeah, it's going to be a good week. All right. So yeah, see you guys. I'm sorry for taking your time. It won't happen again. All right. Bye. See you on Slack.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you.